Gunnar Thompson with Oat Specialties, and today we're going to go over a workout to build explosive and powerful rotation, all done in 15 to 20 minutes. All right guys, coming to you in the Texas heat. So it's the middle of summer, it's July, whatever, and it's really, really hot in Texas. So if you're in a situation like this and you have to get outside and it's as hot as it is, nobody has time to really do a 45-minute to an hour workout. So I like to keep things short for me personally. Again, this is what I would do to build explosive and powerful rotation. I'm not saying this is exactly what you should do. I'm just giving you a little insight in what I'm doing. So I'm gonna start. You've already seen me do some foam rolling in the torso burner video. If you haven't seen that, go back and watch that video. So I'm just gonna hit my massage roller. I'm using the massage roller today instead of just a regular foam roller. I'm a little tighter today because I did legs. So I'm gonna go ahead and use it. And then I'm gonna do a different warm up with the giant flat band, and then we'll get into the workout. The workout today is gonna consist of really 3 products that I'm gonna be utilizing: the giant flat band, our TEP pummel ball, and then the Donnelly hip spin. All really cost efficient. You know, those 3 is under $100, and you can get a great workout. Again, you know, 15-20 minutes tops. I'm gonna pick probably 3 exercises with the giant flat band and 3 exercises with the pummel ball. And then I'm gonna use the Donnelly hip spin with the pummel ball to get a little bit more hip rotation and explosion out of the hips. So stay tuned for it, and let's get started. All right, just wrapped up the massage roller. The only thing that I probably wanted to point out is I actually did some T-spine rotations at the end. And again, that's just to really kind of loosen up my upper back as we go to the rotational exercises with the pummel ball. I want to make sure that I got as much mobility as possible. So now let's get into the workout, or the warm up with the giant flat bands. So I'm gonna start on the ground. Just gonna loop the band over the middle of my foot and place this behind my back. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slightly pull my leg down, and I'm gonna keep the leg that's on the ground pointed as straight up as possible. And all I'm gonna do is just kind of straighten it out. The band is providing resistance, and so this really becomes an active and dynamic warm-up. And then I'll switch and I'll go to the outside. This is really great for someone that has really tight hamstrings and tight hips, which is me to a T. All right, done with that leg. On to the next, same thing. And you can adjust the resistance that you provide by just, you know, pulling more on the foot or pulling a little bit less. Okay, last one I'm gonna do on the ground here is I'm gonna hold my arms up high, and I'm actually gonna forcefully try to lower my leg. Same thing with the leg that's on the ground. I'm gonna try to keep that pointed up as straight as possible. Good, repeat with the other side. All right, I'm done with that on the ground. Now I'm just gonna go through some basic movements just to warm up. I'm gonna do some lunges, and then I'm gonna do some squats with the band, and then I'll be ready to go. So the way that I set up for a lunge is I just put that in the middle of the foot, and then I bring the band to kind of rest on my shoulders. And then I just take this leg that is not on the band and go straight back. All right, now I'm gonna hit the other side. Good. And again, the band's just providing a little extra resistance. You can do it without the band. Switch sides here. Notice it's a little bit different of a lunge. I'm kind of going back at a 45-degree angle. I'm trying to get a little bit more glute med, which is really, really important when it comes to hip rotation. Now I'm gonna finish off with some squats or deadlifts, whichever ones you wanna call these. All right, let's get to work out. So what I'm gonna do 3 exercises with the pummel ball. I'm gonna alternate sides. I'm gonna do 5 reps of each. So it's really, really important with something like the pummel ball, you don't need to do 20 reps per set. So you wanna make sure that you're doing it as explosive and as quick as possible. And in order to do that, you need to be in breath and you need to be fully rested pretty much between each rep. Think of it like a pitch. You know, you throw for 2 seconds and then you rest for 15. So that's kind of a similar style to how I like to work out, especially when I'm trying to build his explosiveness and power like I am with this workout. So let's get over there. First set, I'm gonna do the straight pummel ball. I'm gonna show you how I do with just the pummel ball. And then the second set, I'm gonna incorporate the Donnelly hip spin. And then the third set, we'll just see what I kind of feel like. So. All right guys, just finished up the workout. So what I did is I did 3 exercises with the pommel ball. I did rotational tosses, shot put, and then I did step back rotational tosses. The first set without the Donnelly hip spin, I did 5 reps each side of each exercise, and then with the hip spin, I cut it down to 3. The only exercise I didn't use the hip spin on was the step back rotational toss, and truthfully, I feel like the hip spin gets in the way of the athleticism on that specific drill for me, so that's why I didn't use it. So I cut it down to 2 sets instead of doing 3. It just became really hot, and honestly we were having a little bit of camera difficulties as well. So this is what I would do if I was doing a rotational explosive power type workout, something that's short, sweet, but hits it in all measures. Another important thing to look at as you watch this video is you'll notice that I'm left-handed dominant, and whenever I use my left side, I'm much more powerful, but I still want to do it on my right side because I still want to create that balance, but I also want to just create overall explosiveness. And you'll notice that you may see this in the video, you may not, but for me personally, when I put the hip spin on, it was a game changer as far as feel goes on my right side. I think before the hip spin, whenever I was using my right side, I was kind of leading actually with my my lead hip instead of this back hip, trying to get into the hip a little bit. Well, with the hip spin, it kind of made me sit into the hip a little bit. And I'm not saying like sit down or anything, but it made me get into it a little bit more so I could actually feel like I was rotating out of this back hip. So this is the workout. I appreciate y'all watching. I hope to bring y'all more of this in the future. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. We appreciate y'all.